So you're trying to get into content creation in 2026 and you're still confused on where to start in terms of light, sound, cameras, and other things you might need as a total beginner or someone that is just starting right then. This video is for you. I'll explain everything from someone that has bought a lot of wrong stuffs and then over time, since 2020, I've been posting on different platforms and we'll be able to gain over 150k across all platforms very fast within a couple of months since last year. So yes, from everything we've learned so far, I'm going to be teaching you guys in this video. So let's just get right to it without having to waste our time. So starting with probably the most important one, which is lighting, right? A lot of people still find this difficult, unfortunately. And it's not even supposed to be difficult. That's the funny thing, right? Lighting is simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. Yes, if you are probably doing some professional things like you're shooting events and all, yes, you have to take maybe very serious. But if you're just trying to put yourself out there with content, you just need to be visible enough for people to see you. That's it. That's your goal, right? So basic lighting for a beginner is fine, right? Two LED panels, right? I always advise complete beginners to start with at least two. One is fine, but I mean, you're competing with so much people with content these days. You need more than one for sure. If you can get two, small light, one here, you're good. People can see you then. Share your idea. In fact, even better if the kind of content you're making doesn't involve you talking like this, then maybe outdoors is even simple enough. You don't even need much light. So lighting in terms of starting, get one LED light, get the second one. One is here, one is here. I've made so many videos about lighting, you can check it out, and that should get you started. And over time, honestly, like, let me just give it to you. For someone that's been working with this for like over a year, right? You will almost not get it perfect, and depending on your situation and as you grow, you'll get more and just get the things you need. But if you think you're gonna start and just boom, perfect lighting, trust me, over time, your space, your environment, your budget will change and the kind of light for different situations. You'll get a new camera, you get a new phone, and then your lighting changes again. So yes, don't spend too much time on this. Pick one here, a simple one here, and then get started. If you think you have a higher budget on lighting, then you can go for light that uses softbox, right? There are so many lights, so your budget matters, just like I said. But yes, go for lights that have all those ones with giant umbrellas with softbox. Softbox help your light cool. It makes it just calmer and it will not be too harsh on your screen. Harsh light on your skin might just reflect too much and it wouldn't look as good as something with a softbox. So yes, simple light. If you have more budget, get something that you can slap a very large softbox and maybe even a grid if you want a dark vibe or if you want no spill to your background. But all these things at the end of the day is just being visible enough for people to see, and whatever you're saying, if it's valuable than the looks, people will listen to you. So that's it about light. I've made lots of other videos about lighting. You can check it out. But at the end of the day, even if you don't have any of these lights, just start with whatever you use. I usually start with a phone's flash. Then got one, got two, got three. I got about 4 lights now. I don't even use most of them. As long as you can pass the meaningful information what you have, you're good to go. And the next one is, of course, sound. This is very interesting because especially if you're doing talking videos, right? Sound is very important. I'm recording with a DJI mic right now, and you're probably wondering why I have two, because sometimes I always forget to press record on one, and it has happened too many times. Something happens and I lose my sound, so I always have backup now. In fact, let me check. Okay, recording. So this is what you're hearing right now is coming from the DJI mic. There's the wired and there's wireless. This is wireless, of course. The wired one, you would have to get something called a sound card, an interface, and people call it interface. Same thing, right? You have to plug the mic. Let me just show you that. Something like this, right? This is plugged into something and then it goes to my computer. You could go directly to your phone or your camera to find, but this is not for a complete beginner that is just trying to set up something on budget, right? This might be too expensive. You want to go to something like the Holy Land. This is like M2, Holy Land M2 Mini, right? You can get this. It's very beginner friendly and it actually has a nice result. In fact, I'll switch to it right now. So whatever you're hearing right now is coming from this tiny mic right here. It is good for a beginner that is just starting out. There are so many products like Maono. I've reviewed this on my page. You can check it out. there's Maono, there's so many you can just pick as a complete beginner and then just start with that. So there are other cheaper ones like that too, like the one that is like $10. It is something to start with, but over time, I'll usually recommend this, which is the Holy Land M2 Mini or the DJI Mini 2 to most people too. Like it is beginner friendly and it is still affordable and gives awesome quality. In fact, you can even use your phone to just take your phone as a microphone. I've made videos on this to go to your sound recorder, record while you're making your video, and then later come and sync it with your editor, right? And boom, you don't even need to buy anything. Getting started is the important thing. Over time, you get more and you'll grow. But getting started is very important. So use what I always have this is my saying that I always say every time. Use what you have right now, and then later buy more, right? So sound simple. If you want wireless, okay, get something like this. If you want wired, there's a Shure. Those are like professional mic. There's lots of other options that are cheaper. You can get a sound card, connect. I've made videos on how to do these things. Watch it, and then boom, you have light now. You have sound. Now let's move to the big boy, which is the camera and what you're recording with. Luckily these days, there are so many smartphones that are recording high quality. 8K is smartphones record 8K, good quality. But because their sensor, right, is still small, you can't compare to a professional camera because lens is fixed. Aperture is fixed for most phones. I don't think you've done anyone that can change aperture. And that, if you want something with a very blurry background, which makes it look cinematic, yes, there are phones like that can do cinematic mode, but it wouldn't look like a camera. But yet, if you're just beginning, it is good enough to start with, right? If you have good editing skill, in fact, some of these phones now shoot in D-Log, right, that you can color grade better. So, but as a beginner, I don't even advise you to get into all this color grading and this advanced stuff, except you're getting into like event shooting or you want to go proper into cinematography, and if you're just shooting for your personal self, your brand, you're just trying to put yourself, share your idea, make some skit, then just leave those things and just focus on things as simple as possible. You just want to put as much video out there as fast as possible. I usually say 50, right? Post with 50 videos. There's no way you post 50 videos and you wouldn't see a change in it's almost impossible. So just get to 50 or even better still 100 as fast as possible, right? And if I'm recommending any phone for anybody to get in 2026 right now, please get something that can shoot in at least 4K. Please, I know, yes, your budget might be low, but if you can just save, almost all phones these days, right? I mean, even old phones, right? They shoot 4K. So yes, I don't think you would even find any phone to buy that doesn't shoot 4K. So make sure you check 4K, bare minimum. Everything is changing. People are shooting with professional cameras. Another option is the pocket camera. There are lots of pocket action cameras you can choose from, but honestly, if you have a phone, I'll say just stick with your phone. Pocket cameras are nice. I have some, which I've also reviewed on my page. You can check it out. But real camera, digital DSLRs, they are much better in terms of quality. And if you want to do other things like switching lenses, they just allow you to just build things around them better than all these mini cameras. They have their purpose, right? For example, if you're outdoor, you want to pick your big cameras every time. Yes, action cameras. And maybe if you're driving, they have their purpose. For general purpose, a standard camera still works better from experience. So if you have all these sets, the only thing left is actually the idea of the content you want to make, which diving into niche is also important, right? Niche is the kind of content you want to shoot. As a beginner, you would struggle with this. Absolutely. There's nothing you can do about it. You would struggle because you're just starting and you wouldn't know what you want to do. So just start with whatever. Find a couple of hobbies you have that you think maybe you like football. Then start with football content. It doesn't mean if you pick particular thing to start posting. The whole goal is to just start something. It doesn't mean that's what you have to keep doing forever, right? It's just something to start with, learn how to edit, learn how your lighting, your space, sound. Over time, you learn. After 50, 100 videos, you learn. Then, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. Then you can go into skit or other things, and that's fine. But my own goal is to make sure I'm able to get you started properly, which I've been doing. If you check my page, you see lots of videos that will help you get started and improve very fast. You can save years of struggle that I went through just by watching my videos and getting better, right? I promise. Check it out. You will learn a lot. I'm keeping it short. I have so many other videos that you will definitely learn from. visit and watch. Drop comments, I will definitely answer, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.